Isang mapagpalayang araw sa ating lahat. Once again, I am Mix Gerald Besto, but my friends do address me as Maria. So today, I am going to discuss the section 2.2 of module 1, which talks about the concept of participatory development. So this time, since we had already discussed, or at least we have now an idea of what development communication is, and as well as the concepts of social marketing, social mobilization, and as well as how are they relevant to development communication, as discussed probably by my group mates. So this time we are going to delve deeper into understanding the concept of participatory development. So on this lesson, we would need to answer within ourselves the learning questions or the questions that could help us achieve our learning objectives. So, of course, we would need to identify um, or at least evaluate the meaning of participatory development and to know when participatory development happened. So, for our discussion issues, I have prepared two here. So the first one is that what are some real world examples where development failed due to the absence of either force? And the second one is what strategies can be used to overcome these challenges and make participatory development sustainable? So you may drop your answers on our discussion box so that we would be able to have an engaging lesson or discussion on the concept of participatory development. So you might be wondering what participatory development is. So let me give you an introduction of what this is. So participatory development is an approach that emphasizes active involvement of individuals, households, and communities in decision making, planning, and implementation of development initiatives to ensure sustainability and empowerment. This is according to Chambers 1997. So, in layman's term, to make participatory development's definition easier to understand, it means that development should be coming from the grassroots level. That's why there is the word participatory to emphasize that the grassroots level or those people who are on the grassroots who are on the level of the society wherein they are tagged as isolated, marginalized, and all the other discriminatory terms there could be. They should be participating in development initiatives so that development initiatives should not be government centered and as well as should not be coming from policymakers as well. This is to ensure sustainability and empowerment. So to give you an example for this, in Tangub City where I currently lived, so there is a relocation of the Tangub City's night market. So what happened here is that there are a lot of rumors going around among night market vendors because they do not really agree with the transfer of Tangub City's night market because they are afraid that this could affect their profits or their return of investments. However, because this policy is government initiated and centered, these vendors are not asked about their perceptions. And because of that, it's not that sustainable because now there is this fear among the vendors that this could actually have negative implications on their livelihoods. So, with that, we should delve deeper now into understanding deeper what participatory development or what development is in general. So, development should rely on both external and internal forces. So, someone should be working internally, and someone should also be contributing externally so that development should be realized and sustainable development could be achieved within the community. So to give you a clear picture of this, or at least a visualization, let me show you the egg hatching analogy by Cuyano R. and Lomanta J. in 1978. So what are you seeing there on the screen? Very good. So of course you are seeing stages of how an egg hatched into, let's say, a chicken. So on the phase A, the egg is still intact. So it means that the external force should be coming from the heat of the mother hen, so that the egg would develop and get mature. And over time, it will start to crack. So the internal force is coming from the chicken itself. So with this, after how many weeks? So the chick emerges from the eggshell and the egg hatches now. So see, there is an external force, which on that case coming from the heat of the mother hen, and then there is an internal force, which is the initiation coming from the chick. So that should how development works. So with this, let me continue on discussing participatory development. So again, participatory development means that it is a people-centered approach to social change. So it's not coming from the policy makers themselves, the government makers themselves, those who are in power, but rather this should be coming from the people, so that it would achieve sustainable or a positive social change within the community. So the traditional development, or the traditional way of defining development before, or describing development before, is through top-down approach. So before, governments and agencies make decisions often without grassroots participation. So based on my example earlier, that because of the relocation of the Tangub City city's night market, um, the vendors now are afraid because there could have been a negative implication on their livelihoods. So with this is not really sustainable among the people. So it lacks people-centered approach towards social change. Although the project itself is great because it would really give space among the night market vendors and the new Tangub City's terminal. So with this, it is suffice to say that trickle down effect is slow and ineffective. However, as development communicators, our focus is what they call the bottom up development. It means that community development is crucial in achieving development. So rather than implementing policies, we go to communities to assess their needs and help them identify the problems. Because by allowing these people to identify the problems, then they could start, or we could start help them in designing the solutions effective for that specific community. So it is best to remember that the key concepts of bottom up development include grassroots development, community organizing, and people empowerment. So there should be grassroots development by organizing the community and then empowering people to craft and design their own solutions from towards solving or alleviating the ill effects of the problems they have identified themselves. So with this, as development communication, we should facilitate participatory development to enable the policymakers, the media, and the community engagement in shaping local solutions, which could ripple to great impacts. So with this, as we move forward, let me encourage everyone to use participatory approaches in future projects, especially that we are development communicators. So with this, let me end my presentation with the saying, be the solution you want to see in a chaotic world. So here are my references, and once again, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye and have a great day ahead.